And so, bringing in two more creative into the space to have the conversation about their field, about what they do in the creative space. And I'm very happy to have them here this afternoon. We're talking about Ayana Dixon. She's a fashion designer and illustrator. And Joshua Solas, is that correct? Did I do good? Good. Visual artist and digital illustrator. Hello to both of you. Welcome to the Creative Hub.
Hi, thanks for having us.
All right, great. So let me tell you a little bit about both, right? So Ayana Dixon, she's a fashion designer, as I said before, and illustrator, trained at the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts and also the Art Institute of New York. She has her own business called ASD. She's also a Branson entrepreneur, Scotiabank Vision Achiever, was second place in Jamaica's first reality television fashion designing contest, Mission Catwalk. We remember that clearly. Very, very good stuff. Her work has been shown at Miami Beach International Fashion Week, and she has received the first Global Banks Fashion Grant and represented Jamaica at the International Fashion Showcase in London. So good things there, Ayana. Love it. Good. Joshua, he's an interdisciplinary artist, designer, and creative director. He has, BFA in illustration and minor in graphic design from Kendall College of Arts and Design, FSU in Michigan. Now, he created the art brand Solas Inc. Is that correct? Yes. Through which he continues to challenge the limits of art and deliver the best for his clients. He established a career in creative consultation, branding, creative direction, photography, animation, and cover artwork for various international musicians from Jamaica, the US, Nigeria, and more. And this is so amazing, Joshua. I am actually just learning about you for the first time. So this is great, because I love meeting creatives who have been doing incredibly well. So welcome again to you.
Having me.
Guys, let's start. Wow, what a journey it has been, I'm sure, for both of you. I mean, let's start with you. How has your journey been in fashion designing coming from Jamaica? Are we a fashionable nation or are we not?
We're definitely a fashionable nation. Our spirit is just based in creativity here. So it doesn't even matter about our clothes. It's about our music. Everything, we have it down pat. Creativity, down pat. The man walking on the roadside selling him juice, swag, right?
Yeah,
he has it. We have it. It's in our DNA. For me, I feel as if being from Jamaica and going to New York and studying fashion design, and then also getting that kind of international fashion industry training, it's a lot different. When you come back home, there are lots of different issues, there are pluses and there are, minuses of everything, pros and cons of everything. But I feel as if there's so much more room for us to grow as a fashion industry. We have the creativity, we have the talent, for sure. We just need the structural things in place, whether it's the resources, whether it's, different things like, I don't want to talk about JPS, but, some machines need electricity. If it's too expensive, we can't sew and make money. So little things like that, we need support.
Right. That's it. That's a great way to say it. We need support.
We need support.
And consistent support.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And we will flourish because, we flourish without the support. So imagine if we had the support. And that's not just the fashion industry. That's just all creative industries in Jamaica. We flourish no matter what. Actually with anything, not even just creative industries. We're just little bit with Talawa.
We little bit with Talawa, that's for sure. I think that's a good way to start. Joshua, let's bring you in here about who you are, really in your own words. Give us the details and how has your journey been in the art industry?
Well, I make art. Which is a simple answer. I went to St. George's College and had an amazing art teacher there. Before I went to St. Hugh's Prep, I had an amazing art teacher there. Miss Forrest Bram and Miss Matt Naughton, respectively. And thankfully, I come from a family that is supportive once I can back it up. It's always a tough sell for a lot of parents to be convinced that the arts is the right way to go, and thankfully my parents were one of those that believed in me and were able to support what I did. And I was able to study abroad and maintain connections here, make work with people here and in the US. And coming back has been quite an interesting experience. I kind of felt like I just got like thrown into the deep end of the industry. I've kind of been in it remotely for a couple of years. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what this.
No. I mean, it's amazing, and your work is outstanding because I'm seeing here where you did work for Toots and Desmond Decker's. You did murals.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. So how did the pandemic hamper your work,
Well,
or made it better if it didn't hamper it?
Well, yeah, it's interesting, I'm very grateful that, I've been able to, still make work and provide for the people I do work for. People still need music. Everybody's locked up in the house and they need music and they need artwork for their music, and also what I've been able to take advantage of too is this new mural boom that we're seeing downtown and elsewhere in Jamaica.
It's beautiful. This whole block, this mural inside here, it's gorgeous. Yeah.
So it's it's nice that artists are being given a platform of sorts.
Yeah.
We do need some more. I mean, not to throw it, not to be shady or anything at all. By no means, but like it's a bit late. We have these districts in abroad, and Jamaica being the cultural hub that it is. I would love to see young artists like have these platforms much sooner.
Yeah. So if you have a empty building,
Yeah.
hire an artist to add some life to it. That's what you're saying, right?
Agreed.
Yeah. Ayana, your work is extensive. I'm sure you've dressed some great big celebrities before.
I have.
Yeah. It's a time to drop names. Right? Nothing about being discreet here. Okay.
You
This is
of
the
course,
Kingston
or
Culture
Star,
Forum.
or Star, Shelley and Fraser Price,
Right.
Tyson Chain, Tammy Chain,
Yeah.
lots of artists.
You can continue. It's a Shelley and Fraser Price, Tammy Chin, Tyson Chain. That's 4.
I don't know. I can't think right now. You put me on the spot. But I've dressed a lot of celebrities, as you said. But I've also just dressed. I mean, my favorite part of my job is actually seeing people wear my clothing that, like, I didn't know them, right?
Oh,
so like a random
yes.
person on the roadside, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love your dress, and they're like, oh, I love it. I'm just like, yes, girl. They're like, this is my favorite dress. I'm like, oh my god, yes, I made that. They're like, what? And then I take a picture with them. That is the highlight for me. So it's not, I mean, yes, of course, I love to dress somebody like Shelley or Tessan, but like the average everyday woman, my brand is about empowering women through illustration, and ASD is an illustrated lifestyle brand that basically just wants to use the power of representation. So it's different body types, different skin colors, different hair types, and I have them on clothing, but I also have them on a line of products. So like mugs, bags,
and the
notebooks.
illustrations are like what you have on right there on the shirt.
Right, exactly. And I have them on clothing, and I want the women that wear my clothing to be confident and feel sexy and sophisticated and comfortable.
Yeah.
So you can dress up and dress down, and you just feel fabulous. Yeah. And that's what it's about. So yes, the celebrities are nice, but the lady on the roadside just doing her thing, looking fabulous. Yeah. I'm with you, sis.
Oh well, right. We're about that life. We love that. Illustrations have really taken off, though, especially in this digital age. We've seen a lot more being used in commercials, etc. I mean, we've seen it before, but I think really with the increased knowledge and just mass following online, more people want to do illustrations and have illustrations be a part of their campaigns, etc. Let's talk about that market, the illustrators market, and what that has been like for both of you, especially from the Caribbean. Yeah. Joshua, go ahead. Yes. Joshua, come. We're going to talk today. Ready?
Okay, cool. It is interesting that you're seeing a lot more like local talent, like Jamaican talent specifically.
Yeah.
Be given these really great opportunities to do like Netflix show, covers and HBO shows and that kind of thing. You know, as someone who does a lot of different things, a lot of people come to me for illustration specifically, and it's nice to, you know, have those opportunities. You're also seeing, I guess you're also seeing, like, you know, I guess it's also it reflects you know, Jamaica's like acceptance of digital media as well. You know, we're a country that, you know, we're very traditional. We like traditional things, you know. So it you know, it's great that like you're seeing a healthy.
You know,
We
this
really
is all
do.
we see with grandparents, them do it. So this
Like
is
artists
the
are
way.
painting on a wall
Yeah.
in a
Yes,
frame, not
yes.
necessarily on a wall.
No.
Like no.
Yeah, but you know, but you're also seeing like this kind of globalization almost, where you're seeing a lot of influences from elsewhere coming into the work.
Right.
Like especially like online. But yeah, I think people do find a lot more interest in digital work as of recent. I mean, you know, big respect to all the artists that came before, you know, but there are, you know, new media that we need to innovate on. You know, it's against like Bonito who did this the augmented reality
Yes.
paintings.
Yeah,
that was super
It has
cool.
been always
Always.
you know, doing amazing digital artwork. Well, yeah, it's nice to see. It's nice to see
Yeah.
more of.
And I'm very happy you mentioned that the use of technology to kind of bring art to life, literally, you know, because most people would see art as, that looks nice.
It's just on the wall.
It's just on the wall.
Yeah.
It's just somewhere. Oh, yeah, it looks very, ooh, that looks intricate. Okay. And you keep it moving kind of thing,
Yeah.
you know? But to really try to appreciate, you know, what has been done there is just how we continue to package it and how we continue to play with it and how we continue to pair it with technology, you know, and music, etc. You know, so do you find that Jamaicans have become more open to art and to understanding art, appreciating the artist, appreciating the work, and giving you guys the limelight that you deserve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. You know, I mean, the final product for a lot of the work that I do personally, like, ends up being digital, anyways.
Yeah.
You know, we're on our screens, and that's how most people like come across like a lot of creatives' works. Like, you might as well, you know, cater to that. You know, what I would like to see too is, you know, a healthy ecosystem of economic investment as well. So you're seeing like, you know, maybe more art fairs, you know, maybe you know, more innovation so that people can you know, go into e-commerce a bit less with a bit less roadblocks.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure.
you know, it's tricky. It's tricky having an online store in Jamaica and trying to like figure out how to like
Monetize.
make
Yeah.
transactions.
Yeah.
Exactly,
You know?
because we still need Jamaicans to learn about online banking and online, commerce. Okay, yeah, for sure. Ayana, for you, you know, fashion being Jamaican is, I think Jamaica, we're still very traditional
Very.
concerning
Yeah.
fashion, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly.
we're fashionable, we're very traditional still, you know, and so usually, you know, the other day I remember wearing a sneaker and with a dress on Smile Jamaica while I was hosting, and they had, you know, people, oh, why would you wear a sneaker with a dress? Why would you do that? You know,
Right.
how do we move our people towards being more open to the expressions, you know,
That's
through
a
fashion?
hard question.
I don't want
Honestly,
to
it's
take one
exposure.
person,
It's
but
exposure.
it's just, yeah.
It's exposure.
Yeah.
So I mean, the more people wearing sneakers with dresses,
Yeah.
that's how trends start. You started, you know, like you were probably the first person that they saw. They probably, you know, be driving on the road and see somebody else in a dress and sneakers, and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
so that's a thing. And then it won't, you know, it kind of becomes normal. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? But it's really down to exposure. So if you're not looking at what people overseas are doing, or if you don't see it in your surroundings, you're not gonna you're not going to understand it. I mean, even for myself, a lot of people knew me from Mission Catwalk and doing like ready-to-wear clothing. Ready-to-wear clothing is kind of like what you have on. And then when I decided that I wanted to put illustrations on my clothes and then all these other products, a lot of people were like, okay, but why do you want to do that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Who is doing that? Nobody's doing that. And I'm like, well, I like to draw and I feel like I could do this. And, you know, a lot of people had a lot of questions. So, but now that I've been doing it for a while, they're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
So it's like being in a space where people are continuously sharing things. And as you know, he said, if we have more shows, if we have more events,
Yeah.
people will be exposed to all these different elements
Yeah.
on a regular basis. So it won't be so foreign when I see you with your sneakers
Right.
and your desert, be like, oh, girl, it's fly. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So just listen to things like that.
Which is the reason why downtown is super important, because
Right.
this is a beautiful space for us to have all kinds of shows and
Events.
expos and events that will accommodate all forms of art. You know, do you have personal visions for downtown Kingston that you'd want to see happen?
I would love to see more gallery spaces
Okay.
in downtown. You know, I mean, obviously the mural projects, you know, between KSAC and you know, Ministry of Culture and Kingston Creative, all that's doing, you know, great work and, you know, putting money in creators' pockets, thankfully. But I also would love to see, like, you know, more catering to, you know, small businesses, the self-employed people that, you know, this is them bread and butter. This is how they, you know, pay them bills and that kind of thing. You know, more, as I said, more investment in the ecosystem of, you know, creating work and, you know, having platforms for people to show it.
Yeah. Yeah. Ayana?
Well, personally, I've had my eye on a building downtown for a long time. I'm like, my studio is
come
gonna be
on.
upstairs
Getting the
and my
exclusive right here.
showroom downstairs.
Right here. Okay.
I have a showroom downstairs. So I've like literally been thinking about this for a very long time. I just need the rent to be affordable.
But you need some investors, you know,
we need investors. We need all of these
Sheila,
things.
right? We need investors. You need the investors. You need people who will be, you know, interested in what you have to offer
Right.
and invest.
But you know,
Yes.
once everybody comes downtown, you know, that also means that, you know, rent prices are going to go up and stuff like that. So I feel as if it's important to keep in mind, even though we want the creative industries to come downtown and we want this to be like the hub of Kingston, is that it needs to also be affordable for people like myself and other creatives to thrive.
Mm-hmm.
So it can't be super duper expensive. You get what I'm saying? It has to be, you have to, whether it's subsidized by the government, guys, I don't know. But
She's just throwing out, listen, you're just like hinting everybody right now. You're like throwing it all out there.
If you guys want to help us out, I
You
mean,
know?
we are going to bring the vibes and the people are going to come because we bring the vibes.
Yeah, wink.
Wink, wink.
Call to actions, wink. Let me tell you, this was so lovely. Thank you both. Thank you so much, Joshua Solas and Ayana Dixon, both designers, artists in your own right. And we celebrate you. Thank you so much for passing through. Thank you for sharing. Love that. Give them your IG information or your social media information as we wrap up.
Okay, my business social media is by.ast and my personal is ayana.ast.
Mine is Solas Inc. SOLASINK, right there. On all socials.
All right. Thank you both. Thank you so much. Love that. Oh God, I love
Thanks
these
for having
fireside
us.
chats. I think we could get used to this.